Okay, now let us talk about prayers, right? And time and time again, people will say to me, well, I've been praying from I was a child for a house. I've been praying for protection for my family. Look what happened. They shoot my kid in the street. I've been praying all my life and it has got me nowhere. But I'll continue to pray, right? Now you need to understand, we are in a spiritual war. And the tools that the Most High Creator left here for us to use, even though it is mentioned in the Bible briefly, many of you allow these so-called religious leaders, because they look the part and sound the part, to convince you it's witchcraft, right? And the latest trend is to see so-called individuals coming around saying that they are former witches and you should not be using sage. Understand, when you pray, you should be using candles, you should be having your crystals on your bodies, and you should have incense burning, whether it is sage, frankincense and myrrh, or Palo Santos. You should have incense burning while you are praying. A lot of times you pray and your prayers don't even leave the room you're in, because these demons are going to make sure to silence your prayers, right? They are not going to allow your prayers to destroy their kingdom. So they're going to send all sorts of agents to let you know everything that you should use against them is witchcraft. But some of you are going to learn the hard way. Understand the God we serve, the Most High Creator, is a God of war, and He's there sitting and basically asking, when will you people understand? When will you get it? You know how to be cruel to each other. You know how to be wicked. When will you get it and understand you live amongst these demonic entities, smiling with you, greeting you, and they're going to make sure that your prayers don't reach, right? They kill your children in the streets, right? They kidnap your children. When are you going to send your prayers for the Most High to reveal where your children are? For the Most High to send help to deliver your children? Let us hear what the Bible has to say about incense. And we're looking at Revelation 5 verses 8. And when he had taken it, the 4 living creatures and the 24 elders fell down before the Lamb. Each one had a harp, and they were holding golden bowls full of incense, which are the prayers of God's people. So your prayers go to the Most High wrapped in incense. You should be praying with your crystals, your incense, and your candles, right? And even when you have this evidence, there are people out there that, because it is so popular to vilify crystals and sage, they all jump on the bandwagon without even thinking, right? Let us look on Psalms 141 verses 2. May my prayers be sent before you like incense. May the lifting up of my hands be like the evening sacrifice, right? Understand that these entities, they will stop at nothing to make sure they keep you down, to make sure you cannot summon for help, because they are on death row. Their lives don't belong to them, so they want to drag you down with them as well. Let us look at Revelation 8, 3-4. Another angel who had a golden censer came and stood at the altar. He was given much incense to offer with the prayers of all God's people. And on the golden altar in front of the throne, the smoke of the incense, together with the prayers of God's people, went before God from the angel's hand. What more evidence do you want to understand we should be using sage? And that is why they send these agents out to tell you that they were former witches and you should not be using sage. What more evidence do you need? Right? The Lion from the tribe of Judah, some say Yeshua, Some say Jesus. He is there to fight your battles. Send your prayers up to destroy these entities around you. Send your prayers up so that you can see when they're taking your children, so that you can go for them and let them understand who you are. When will the people of the Most High stand up? When? Why do you allow people to convince you that everything that the Most High Creator has created to help you, they have successfully said it's witchcraft? When will you understand that you're in a spiritual war? Right? You've been doing the same thing over and over and over again and getting the same result, and don't realize at some point you should stop, listen, connect some dots, and ask some questions. I'm telling you, I don't know what else to do, but people, God is there waiting for your prayers, and these entities are here to stop them from reaching. Right? It's not that he's not there for you, but many will lose faith because you don't know and you don't want to know. Right? Because information is only valued when it is come from particular individual, when they sound the part and look the part. We need to pray and say, glory be to the Most High.